Welcome to Exploring the Field, the first in a series of trainings powered by Immersive Meditation. Exploring the Field allows us to virtually connect with one another so we can examine our lives, determine if we are playing small, and manually update our mindsets. This training builds a framework that allows us to take the skills from our practice off the mat and into our daily lives. You're invited to connect your body to the rhythm of the music and the tone of my voice, invoking a balanced disposition. We engage the spirit with our intention to effect positive change. Throughout this unique virtual experience, you'll be offered space to contemplate, provided by the Roar software, which will demonstrate how you can customize our system of self-reflection into the daily practice of how you roar towards your own creative goals. It is fine if you have limited experience with meditation. This guided immersive meditation is just as perfect for you as it is with somebody who has a dedicated practice. So let's get comfortable. Feel free to sit in any way that puts you at ease. You can do this meditation alone with me. You can participate as part of a group, or you can get close to a loved one while we practice. You can have a notebook for reflection or nothing at all. We are unlimited here. I only ask that if you are seated, please try and do so with your back straight and your feet comfortably planted on the floor, creating a position of stability and conscious alignment. Throughout our practice, you'll be asked to take a few measured breaths to deepen your one-pointed attention. This immersive meditation training is designed for you to keep your eyes open, but you can have them closed whenever you'd like for a more individualized experience. All you really have to do is relax, enjoy, and allow me to guide you through this exercise. Thank you for showing up to do the work. Let's begin. Each day can be marked by a breath, a single inhale, a new beginning that offers a variety of choice points for us to create anew. We can decide to mark a new day together, right here, right now. As we begin, I ask that you go ahead and take a nice deep inhale through your nose and hold that breath as you count to 3, filling your lung space through to your belly. When you get to 3, release the breath evenly and completely. Release any tension you may feel in your body as you exhale, and allow your breath to take on its natural rhythm. Feel free to adjust and settle in at this time if needed, as you and I begin our journey together and this start to a new day, exploring the field of our programmed existence. When we sit in our immersive meditation practice, we are creating a safe space for us to recognize the different ways that we naturally mold our sense of self into various programs that we join. We can then better reflect upon our conditioned responses and behaviors, so we can exercise our ability to choose wisely and create anew. Continue to breathe evenly and fully as you allow your mind to pull up visuals and thoughts of some of your own daily habits, the social interactions and routines that make up your day. What kind of programs are you joining into? Do any of these programs limit your self-expression? As you reflect, try to avoid passing any judgments. We are simply exploring the field, observing ourselves without limiting labels. We will now begin to use our Roar software to better recognize our programmed existence. Step 1. Reveal. We may not be in a position to choose our immediate environment, but we always have a choice in how we relate to it. Everything we join or participate in offers a filtered reality for which we're invited to experience our sense of joy or our sense of suffering through. When we reveal, we are using our tool for self-reflection to create the basis of our practice with an intention to create anew. Allow your mind to begin to focus and to visualize a single interaction in your life that causes a triggered emotional response, such as fear, anger, or frustration. This could be an interaction you have with a friend or loved one throughout your day or week, or an encounter you have with someone at school or work. Observe what comes up in your mind, not attaching any other thoughts, just intend to see yourself clearly. We want to simply examine this single interaction that causes any sense of suffering or pain as a result of joining in. Reflective question: who am I in relation to what has arisen? Are your own emotional responses or behaviors in this program a reflection of who you really are? Breathe evenly and fully as you begin to play out this single interaction in your mind, Seek to find and identify any limiting belief systems that you may be enacting, thinking, or feeling during the moments that you were triggered into suffering. Reveal yourself to yourself. I will return in a moment, leaving you briefly to further reflect. Continue to breathe evenly, renewing your awareness with each inhale and exhale. We have revealed an area of our lives where our repeated responses or behaviors have helped to create patterns of suffering. We will now transition into becoming open to what we have revealed. Step 2. Open. In the open state, we use our ability to observe to become openly answerable to ourselves, where we can reflect upon the outcomes that this interaction often leads us to, so that where we have been no longer defines where we are going. Reflective question: in what ways have I habitually been affected by what has been revealed? Bring your focused awareness back to the interaction you selected. Ask yourself if your repeated automatic behaviors are playing a role in your experience of suffering. Allow your mind to explore what triggers this default state of being, feeling, or responding. Breathe evenly and fully as you witness how your behavior patterns have manifested in this program. Observe how they may rise and fall. I will return in a moment, leaving you briefly to further reflect. Inhale deep through your nose and exhale. When we educate ourselves on how we have been, we then create a gateway to become further aware of our ability to effect positive change. Step 3. Receive. In the receive state, we take our practice deep within to start to receive internal inspiration from ourselves, to design practical solutions that we can apply to our lives to help minimize our own suffering. We use the data that we have gathered about ourselves to form a plan of action. Reflective question: in what ways can I either update or restructure the given program based on what I now understand to be true or elect to believe? I ask that you begin to visualize the programmed interaction that you've selected for this exercise. Our intention here is to start to imagine new responses or behaviors that we can inject into the given situation that would better reflect outcomes towards who we now choose to be, choose to feel, and choose to respond. I invite you to imagine the shifts you can make in your own automatic responses and behaviors, creating practical solutions for yourself that do not aid in your suffering or fuel more pain. I will return in a moment, leaving you briefly to further reflect. Continue to breathe evenly, filling your lungs with new breath, renewing your awareness with every inhale, releasing all that doesn't serve you as you exhale. Each step of the Roar software lends itself to an ultimate release towards reprogramming our mindsets, where our intentions, our thoughts and words turn into deeds or actions of conscious alignment. Step 4. Release. When we release, we are engaging our ability to actively respond to a given situation. We are expanding our growth through an applied effort. Let's take a final look at the interaction you selected for this exercise. You have now visualized a program. You better understand the ways that interactions like this have limited your growth. You've imagined new forms of action which will create new experience when applied to your daily life. Reflective question: does my plan of action create the space for me to break the cycles of repeated suffering? If you were to change your responses and behaviors towards this particular interaction, would it lessen your experience of suffering? Begin to visualize your plan of action. Start to imagine the overall effects that your positive changes will have on your life's experience if you chose to initiate your plan of action into your day-to-day life. Use this time to reflect, giving yourself the strength and the courage to consciously participate in your own life's design. I will return in a moment, leaving you briefly to further reflect. Breathe evenly and deeply. It is now time for us to slowly come back to the present moment and end our journey together. I would like you to now take a final deep inhale through your nose and hold it to the count of 3. When you get to 3, release the breath evenly and completely as you begin to come back into full conscious awareness of your mind, body, and spirit in its relaxed state. Breathing fully and naturally, you feel energized and settled in your body, ready to embrace your unique filtered view of reality with a renewed confidence. For you are not alone in your practice. You are fully with yourself and among other creative world citizens, Urban Spiritualist, participating in the evolution of who we think we are. Thanks for joining us. You've just completed your first immersive meditation training that has facilitated your ability to create ways that you can bring your practice of self-reflection off of the mat and into your life. It requires a practice effort in order to reprogram new responses and behaviors of our own design, cleared of outdated modes of thought. This may be a good time for you to sit quietly with yourself and further reflect. You can write down your plan of action or share your experience with those around you. The real journey has begun. It's time that you begin to use your roar in ways that serve you best. This is your call to action. Explore the field of your life by applying new responses and behaviors to the very programs that have affected your sense of well-being. I will be here in time for our next practice together. Take care. I'll see you soon.